So the idea was to have a flat platform. I do a lot of carpentry work, and then I want to use this vehicle for that. I was using it for that often, and then we were using it for camping. And the original camp setup was more like a box that came out, um, and but then it became more and more clear that we didn't want to be pulling stuff out all the time. So the platform was really nice for using as carrying things around, using it as a carpentry vehicle, but also an ideal place to put all the camp gear when we were going camping, and then just leave anything that's food prep related below and always accessible. Um, and then the idea too is when it's not being used as uh, as a camping setup, that there's a possibility to convert all this stuff to tool storage when it's using it as a work vehicle. The We basically skipped, for the most part, except for the kettle, uh, camp pots and things, and just ended up buying actual over the things that you would use in your normal kitchen. because they seem to have a heavier bottom to them. And this stove cook partner, um, it seems to cook on quite high speed. It's hard to get a lower temperature on it. So I found it's easier to use these heavy bottomed pans that you'd use in your house on a regular gas burner as a pan to keep from having things stick to the bottom of a thinner, lightweight camp thing. And since all this camping is going to be car camping anyway, weight was not really a huge concern. Also, this drawer is specifically designed, for one thing, for these big pots, so we can make like huge soups and chilies and stuff on site. And it also fits perfectly a quart mason jar. When we go camping, we can fill up tons of stuff. Like you could easily have, 10, 15 mason jars full of bulk food in here, from granola to rice, lentils, all kinds of stuff, along with your pots and pans. That we haven't taken this out a tremendous amount of times, but the 5-pound propane tank that lives in there, we've never had to refill it yet. So there's that. The water vessel below, we basically use a 3-gallon. I think that's a 3-gallon. Because it's the easiest thing to carry. If you're at a campsite, you can fill it up pretty easily and walk it back to the campsite without lugging a big 5-gallon thing around with you. And that we'll be able to wash dishes and cook with 3 gallons for easily probably a couple days, so probably 6 meals, coffee and such too. Below here, we store 2 wings. Basically just gives you more counter space. This one's out here. You can put this one over here if you need it, although it gets in the way of the drawers, cuts that out. Or it's really most useful back here, because the other idea is that 2 people can work here at the same time. Somebody can be over here doing dishes or doing some more prep work here, while the other person's over there cooking and accessing the drawers. I would say that this zone is very attractive for people to hang out and sit and set things down. But this is completely off limits, because if you ever want to get in here, you can't if somebody's there. But you've got all this space. So this usually becomes just sort of like our counter. And these are purely workstations. This pump, you just have to keep it charged. There's a little charging port in the back. But you can either push it for 600 milliliters, and that's all it will put out, or if you turn this on, it just goes and doesn't stop until you make it. So you can fill that up, do your dishes there, dry your dishes here, drains into the sink. This is also optional. It's really a cover for the stove when it's not in use. It's kind of a part of the original design that stayed from when it was just a box that we had to pull in and out of the car. But it's kind of nice because it's like a serving tray. We've used it to as a little table in different scenarios. I have laminate on one side and wood on the other. You can really use it either way. If I'm going to have a lot of spattering or whatever, I usually put the laminate side over. But if I want to look at wood, I can turn it around and look at wood. These have plastic laminate on them too. They're just Baltic birch plywood. The whole thing is made with Baltic birch plywood. And the other side of this opening, actually both sides, fit a 10-inch cast iron perfectly. So I intentionally put cork everywhere on the inside, sound deadening, hopefully keep things from, when they rattle, to a minimum. and also for grip when I'm using this as a car for construction or with camping stuff, that things will grip to the cork and not slide around. That was kind of effective. It ended up that this stuff actually stains really badly. The cork stains really badly with water or dirt or whatever. So I ended up sanding this and putting finish on it. And now with it sanded and finish, it's super slick. So I'm just going to take it apart and show you how long it takes to do that, or how short it takes to do it. Always just close that off, bleed these out. It kind of took many camping trips to figure out exactly where things go, or where there were absolute necessary things that we wanted to have. And one was access to soap and water to wash your hands. So the soap fits right in that compartment as well by the propane, and it's huge to be able to have it there, and the dish soap too. So I usually tuck just enough room for the faucet as well. It feels like you're really winning. It makes me feel like I'm really winning when I can pull over on the side of the road on a road trip and make my own drip coffee. And then put it all away without much fuss.